Naija Football fans, let's dive straight into. We have a lot and lots to talk about today. So first off, we start with the Belgian league, where Ralph Onyedika scored a goal for his team, and the son of a former player of the Super Eagles, Kaye Furo, scored his first goal for the senior team of Club Brugge, though they ended up losing 3-2. Now, you would have thought that's where the Nigerian connection ended with the goal scored by those two players, but the goalkeeper for Struden that was in goal, Leo Kukubo. I hope I got that right. Leo Kukubo. It almost sounds like a Calabari name from River State, but his mom is Japanese, his dad is Nigerian, so obviously he's eligible to play for Nigeria. He's played some age grade tournaments for Japan. Obviously he's 6'4", so he's a giant, he's a massive unit. Although in modern day goalkeeping stakes, you may look at it and say maybe that's a bit short, but still I think that's a massive unit anyways, and maybe some people should be looking at somewhere down the line. He's 24 years old if I'm not mistaken, so it's a question of integration, not replacement, because each time you talk about prominent talent or talking about young talent that could come in and do a job for the Nigerian Super Eagles, people always think, oh, you're talking about replacing who's there. Is it better than who's there? No, sometimes we're just talking about integration. I keep going back to that interview that Omar Katuba had with Chuba Akpom. He said at 16, 17, there's no connection with these players, and then when you need them, you want to rush on and get them to to commit to playing for you, and then it's a little bit difficult. So he was in goal and he was on the winning side. Ralph Onyedika got his goal. So the question I always ask is, what is it about Alhassan Yusuf that he always, for whatever reason, is picked ahead of Ralph Onyedika, is picked ahead of Chrisantus Uche? I struggle to see it. I struggle to really see what that is. But top marks to Ralph Onyedika. I hope the goal he scored has impressed Eric Chell, and I hope to see him in that final 27-28 man list for the Nigerian Super Eagles as they go on to that AFCON game. Now, when you hear Kaye Furo, he is the son of Furo Iyenemi. Furo Iyenemi used to play for the Nigerian Super Eagles. I think at one point he partnered up with Taribo West, the great Taribo West, the wall of Taribo West. We may call them the Rivers Wall, as we had the Oibo Wall with just Ekong and Leon Balogu. So we call it the Calabari Wall or the River Rhine Wall. But Taribo West was definitely the better player. But so nice to see that he's doing well and his son is indeed thriving. He's eligible to play for Belgium because he was born in Belgium as well, so he's eligible to play for Belgium and Nigeria. Let's just watch this space and see how things continue to develop on his end. Wish him all the best. Ralph Onyedika, wish him all the best as well. Wish him that he's injury free and he gets to be part of that final 27-man AFCON list for the Nigerian Super Eagles. Then we go on to talk about that friendly game. We had talked about it earlier on, talking about the friendly game between Nigeria and Egypt. That kind of makes sense. One of the few things that is the NFF has done that makes any sort of sense, because you're playing against an Egypt that you can say stylistically they possibly could match up with the Tunisian national side that Nigeria will have to face in the AFCON, in that group, alongside Tanzania and Uganda. So that's one that we'll have to keep an eye out for. Speaking of more on the friendly was meant to be scheduled for the 14th of December. No, it was actually scheduled for the 14th of December, but for some reason FIFA came up with this weird rule. It's so weird to me, and it feels like FIFA just doesn't respect African football. And right now I think FIFA, they will do anything to appease their club stakeholders, because I feel like at this point FIFA wants so bad to get into the club game, into the professional football game, into the club game, because they've come. First of all, we used to have this abridged version of the FIFA Club World Cup, where the European side will only come for the semi-finals and then play the finals, and then will be crowned champions of the world. Now FIFA wanted to get that money, that club money. They've gone into this Club World Cup. They had the last one that Chelsea won. They're thinking of making it even bigger, probably as big as the actual national team World Cup. So they're doing everything to appease these clubs. So they're telling clubs right now, you remember, before I go to that point, you remember when they said clubs are not obligated to release players to national teams for the under 20 World Cup. And it was made to feel like the Under-20 World Cup was one weird thing organized by some strange fellow and had nothing to do with FIFA. That was crazy. Now they've taken it a step forward and they're saying European clubs can hold on to players till the 15th of December, when the tournament starts on the 21st of December. So tell me what level of preparation will be done in that time, given as in seeing teams have to prepare, obviously get themselves acclimatized to playing their first games of the tournament between 21st Jabal, and you're having them released to these national teams by 15th, and then people might say, negotiate with the clubs, as long as they're in the right, they want to keep their players, they want to play their games, they want to get their 3 points or get a positive result that they can get in their various leagues, so they want to keep these players. So for me, FIFA just let Africa down big time. A lot of people have been saying switch the time. Can you play football in Africa in summer? Can you? But anyway, let's see what happens if they switch it, if it is indeed switched at some point, or is now made once in every 4 years. Let's see how that shapes up. But that friendly game, I think that's a good one that would allow Nigeria sort of play against a reputable opposition. But then the thing is, would you have opportunity to really weed out the team? Because right now what happened, I think because you don't have enough time to really look at that 55-man list and say, okay, I'm picking this person. Basically, what we might just see with that list could be going back to those old people that some of them are good, obviously, like your Victor Osimhen and the likes, but some of them that are just not good enough, and you still just have them on the list because you don't have enough time to scrutinize the players. But for me, I'm hoping the likes of Philip Tele makes it onto that list, hoping the likes of Akinsanmiro makes it onto that list. Let's see how it all shakes down with that one. Now, talking about Ebenezar Akinsanmiro, that talks about, I think there was a report on allsoccernigeria.com. They're talking about his fitness, that he had to pass a late fitness test this Monday and all that stuff. So looking at it from me critically, I just feel like that's no issues. If he has to pass a late fitness test for Monday for his game with Pisa, that means that after Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, he should be fit and good to go. And by the time you're traveling down to Morocco to join the national side, to join the Super Eagles, everything will be fine. So let me just some opinions on that one. And also we've talked about so far the Leo Okukubo. I'm pronouncing it rightly. What do you think about that goalkeeper? Do you think he's a good prospect? What do you think about Ralph Onyedika, his performance? Do you think that has now solidified his spot in that 27-man list? Let me know some opinions. And one I also wanted to say, now, as the channel has been growing, thanks so much for your support. But one way how you could support the channel as well to help it even grow and help us even affect more people and touch more people is to patronize, or rather buy this little merchandise that I've brought up hoodies, got Osimhen, I brought t-shirts as well. More things will be coming up as well, so show your support. If you want to pre-order, let me know and we'll have a discussion as to how that can be done. So at this point, also want to say this: if you've been seeing the shots that have been coming up on the channel about different players like Peter Odokpolo and different players that have been on the channel, let me know if you like them in the comment section. Just say, oh, yeah, I like them, and tell me some players you would like to see given that sort of treatment on this channel. If you haven't seen those videos, right after this video, right after you smash the subscribe button, like right after you share the video, you go on and you check out those shots. I think I try something different, try to make you give you something different to enjoy. At this point, come to the end of the video, and I'll see you on another video. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye.